Hey guys, so before this video starts, I'm actually trying out a new intro. I just made this it took like 2 hours, but I just want to put in an intro for now, so don't make fun of it. I know it still needs work and I'm still going to figure out a way better intro, but this is just for now, so yeah. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be recording a postpartum video, obviously after birth. So I'm going to be explaining the details and everything I feel like you should need from what I remember, obviously. But I also want to mention that it's going to be very detailed. I want to go into details because when I was watching these postpartum videos right before I was due, I wanted to know everything I was gonna run into, what people aren't telling me, So I'm going to explain it in detail, so if you get grossed out easily, please don't watch this video. But yeah, so postpartum obviously starts right after you have your son or daughter. So right after she was born, you're still pretty numb. Like my right leg was still numb like most of the night. Yeah, the epidural numbed half my body, so in the beginning, so my right leg was super numb. So that was one of the things I dealt with after I had Blake, was I couldn't walk until the next morning. They would try to get me up to go to the bathroom, and I'd have to stand on this wheelchair thing, but it's like a wheelchair thing that you stand up in and you like sit back and they roll you in the bathroom. It's kind of weird, but I had to go on that because when I tried to stand up, I almost fell because I couldn't feel my right leg at all. So I couldn't support myself on the right side. So that was that. And then the first time when I went to the bathroom, when they helped me, it is gross. You are bleeding so much. And honestly, I was so swollen. I only pushed for 5 minutes and I was huge. I literally was like, oh my God. And it is the weirdest feeling ever. Now, when you first go to the bathroom, you don't, I didn't, this is kind of weird, but you don't have a bowel movement for a few days. At least I didn't, because you just gave birth. So they give you stool softeners. So you get that. So just so you know, you're probably not going to have a bowel movement for a few days. And then when you go to the bathroom, you obviously can't wipe with toilet paper because it's going to hurt. And I had stitches. So if you have stitches, you definitely can't do that with toilet paper. So you have this little bottle. It's like this big. And they put warm water in it and they give it to you. And then you have to spray it. So it's pretty much cleaning yourself, but you're spraying it, and then you kind of dab yourself dry. So you're spraying that bottle, and then you feel more wet, and it sucks. And yeah, so that's that part of the bathroom. It also, you don't feel yourself pee at first. Right when you sit down, it comes right out. It's so weird. I was like, oh my God. So that's that. And then you have a pad this long, and you have that in. Then you have this little diaper thing that goes over it. And then if you're super swollen, you'll have to put an ice pack down there too. But the ice pack is this thick around, and it's like this. So it's not comfortable. It feels like you have a bag of rocks in there, and it'll pull down your diaper. And it's that makes no sense. I don't understand why they have that type of ice pack. You crack it and then you put it down. So, but I hated that. I hated having that in my diaper. So if you are really swollen, make sure you use the ice pack. I didn't. I was like, I'm not using that, and I was still swollen all night, and that is the most uncomfortable thing ever. But if you have to use an ice pack, use it. It helps tremendously. So that's what they put on you after you're done going to the bathroom, or they have you do that every few hours at nighttime. They'll come in and wake you up or something and take you to the bathroom, and they'll help you the first few times, or how many times you need help with it. But and like, you would think you'd be kind of weirded out with them, but you're not. You need help, trust me. So that's the only thing I didn't like, was obviously spraying to wipe myself, and then just the ice pack. But if I can recommend something to you guys, get adult diapers. I'm telling you, they are the best thing in the world. You do not want to wear their diapers. Like, it's not even diapers, it's a pad, and then another pad, and then this little like fishnet kind of fake diaper. It's not thick, it's just fishnets to hold up that pad, if that makes sense. It's like kind of like a little tiny squares of fishnet, and then obviously your gown. But I suggest 100% to get adult diapers. They are amazing. Like, I only brought 3 of them. I only brought 3 in my hospital bag, because I was like, I'm not gonna wear these, like, they have stuff. But I went through them so fast, I was like, okay. And I told my mom to go buy adult diapers. I was like, please, because this ain't working what they're giving me. So that was pretty much that. And then after that, I just stayed in the hospital, changing every time, every few hours. And then another thing is, make sure you talk to the lactation consultant. And if you are having problems, it's kind of awkward at first, obviously, but if you are having problems, make sure you talk to them, because they can figure it out. And yeah. Speaking of breastfeeding, if you guys, what is that called? The nipple cream you put on, make sure you get that, because it hurts. It hurts so bad. And I can do another video explaining my whole breastfeeding and pumping and formula, like, yeah, all of that. It's a long story, but it hurts, and it's bad. But you guys will be fine. The nipple cream really helps, honestly. Make sure you have that in hand right when you get to the hospital. It may not hurt at first, but just put it on every time they're done eating. Just put it on, so it helps. But that's really breastfeeding, and that's pretty much the hospital stay. Besides, bring extra clothes. Maybe, like, I showered the next day, but once you shower, you're not gonna want to go back into a gown. It sucks. I hated being in the gown. So I brought comfy pants, and then comfy shorts, and then like a pajama t-shirt. So like everything pajama. I didn't even care to look cute. I didn't put leggings on. To me, I didn't want to put on tight stuff. Like, yeah, no. So especially with my belly, I still looked about 6 months, and I was like, I do not want people seeing this. So I got a loose shirt over it. I mean, if you don't mind, you don't mind, but I was just like, so I just wore a loose shirt, and it was super comfortable. And yeah, so I also suggest to get nursing, like, sports bras. They're bras, but it's like kind of like a sports bra, or bring your Calvin Klein sports bra. I wore that under my my gown the whole time, because I didn't like being everywhere. So I wore that under my gown, and that's pretty much the hospital. But when you get home, it's gonna suck, because you're still, after a few days, you still have to use the squirting thing, which sucks. I hated that. But you're going to still be bleeding a lot, and you can't put in tampons, you can't do anything. So make sure that you still have those diapers. I used the diapers maybe like 3 more days after I got home from the hospital. I was only in the hospital 2 nights, and when I got home, I used the diapers maybe for 2 or 3 more days, and I was like, okay, well, I'm just gonna go to pads now, because I'm not bleeding that much. But you do get clots. You do get blood clots, and they come out, and it's super gross. They're pretty big. I mean, I thought when it was the size of a baseball, like this big, that you're supposed to tell a doctor and like it's bad. But let me just tell you, one of those came out, and I was like, is this an emergency? Like, and the nurse was right there. She's like, no, you're good. And I was like, but okay. So I was fine, but you get a lot of those. I mean, at least I did. So don't be worried. I mean, they'll tell you a certain size. If it's bigger than that, I thought if it was bigger than a quarter, you're supposed to say something, but I guess it was fine for me. I don't know. But that happens even when you come home. I mean, it did for me. But I would definitely bring pads also home. Make sure you have pads since you can't use tampons, and you're not going to want to use the diapers when you're have like a medium flow, I would say. So definitely have the pads in hand at home. Another thing is the disposable breast pads. I thought I wasn't gonna need those. I don't know why I didn't think about them. I was like, oh, I'm not gonna leak. I don't know what I was thinking, but you need those 100%. They're a lifesaver. I woke up and I was leaking all over my shirt. Like, the stains on my shirt were horrible. So I would definitely suggest to get those and start wearing them. Even if you don't start leaking the first or second day, you can wait if you want, but you will wake up in the middle of the night with your shirt soaked. So I would definitely suggest to wear those right away. And that's pretty much the leaking situation, but otherwise, you're not supposed to have sex or anything for 6 weeks or put anything up there like a tampon, so you can't do that for 6 weeks. And if you do have stitches, they should be dissolved by 6 weeks, I believe. But yeah, you have your postpartum appointment, 6 weeks, and I am about 7-8 weeks postpartum. Blake just turned 2 months yesterday or the day before. So I am still hurting. She's 2 months old and I'm still hurting. Tampons really hurt to put in because you can put them in after 6 weeks, and I don't know if it'll be the same for you guys, but for me, it still hurts. It hurts really bad, but that's just what happens. And I mean, so I'm still bleeding. I thought I wouldn't be. I don't know if it's from birth or I got the birth control shot. I think it might be from that. So I'm not sure if it's bleeding from labor or from the birth control shot. So I'm not sure if you will be bleeding this long. I don't know if that's normal, but yeah. So that's really... Oh, another thing is I have this book. It's My Child's Health Record, and it's from infancy to adulthood. I did not have this when she was born. I just got it a few weeks ago, but I would really suggest getting this. It is the beginning. It's the health history you have with your family, and then it's all the notes from your baby's birth, like the due date, the date of birth, the time of birth, the circumference of the head, the blood type, the birthmarks, And then it also has your 2 to 5 days old child visit, and I wish I had that. I wish I had her weight and her length and stuff. I think I remember, but I don't have it written down. But now I'm up to the 2 months old, and her appointment is next week, so I will definitely be using this. And it goes all the way up to, oh gosh, I don't even know how far. Oh, you write your own stuff, how old they are and stuff. So I would definitely suggest getting this. I wish I had it, so just a suggestion. But that's pretty much all postpartum. It's gross, but your body just made a baby and pushed out a baby, so it's normal, and it's not beautiful, but it's beautiful because your body just made a baby, so that's what it's going through. It's all going back together. Another thing is you do have cramping because your stomach is going back together, your insides. So the cramping almost feels like you're having a contraction again. It gets tight, and then you're like I got scared. I would clench up. I'm like, no, not another contraction. But I was 2 days at home. So it's scary when it feels like that. But otherwise, that's pretty much all postpartum. I would just definitely suggest the nipple cream, adult diapers. Make sure you have pads at home. This book, the breast pads, I am actually using reusable ones right now. So you just put them in, and then you leak, and you take them out, wash them, and put them back, because I went through the disposable ones so fast. Like, I'd have to buy a box the next week, and I was kind of over it, so I got reusable ones. So I suggest those too, but that's pretty much all my suggestions for postpartum. Everyone's different also, almost the same, but everyone's different, of course. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and weren't too grossed out. But yeah, make sure you like and subscribe. And I'm actually going on a road trip tomorrow, so I will be recording the road trip for Blake and for you guys, and recording everything and how hard it's gonna be with Blake and stuff. So yeah, we'll see if she's good or not. It's gonna be a long drive. So yeah, thanks for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. Bye guys.